If you're reading along, this video is 41 through 50. If you just need a refresher, I have old videos. I have from start to finish a summary of groups of chapters in my videos. So if you're looking for those, they're in there somewhere. 41, Kidon realizes what the house is actually taking from him. His immortality. He's becoming mortal. He's becoming human in the house. Yost does not want anybody to find out that this is the case. Confronts him about it. She tells him, I know what the house is taking. And he locks her in the wine cellar. While she's down there, she's scared because, first of all, Yost has killed people once they found out this. He will not let anybody else know that this is what's going on in this house. And Nico comes down there. She doesn't believe Kidon is sick. She bites Kidon, which she's not supposed to do. Yost leaves, thinks she's gonna die. Itete finds her and she tells her she has to leave the house because Yost has killed people for finding out this secret. She cannot leave. She will find out what's happening to June, whether it kills her or not. Omar Emil reaches out to her from the jail. She goes to the jail. She visits him. They talk about all kind of stuff. They talk about the 13th, the structure of the 13th, what the 13th wants. Omar Emil tells Kidon something about the 13th. They have two purposes when they kill somebody normally. In saying this, Kidon realizes that somebody has two purposes for having this done. Slyn. She realizes that Slyn is possibly the killer of Ramen. The purpose of that is to drive houses to the 13th. We're going to discuss the 13th at some point. I will go into this. But to make houses join the 13th and become on their side, that's the first purpose of Ramen's death. The second purpose, our outcome that Slyn would want from this death, is she will become heiress because her father is locked up. So she will be next in line to inherit her house. She also will get rid of her dad, who's abusive. So there's that. Omar asks Kidon to leave Yuxley. We know she's not going to. Then Omar asks Kidon to protect his son Yusuf. Kidon goes in search of Slyn to get her confession. Of course, she just has to know if this is true and if this is what this girl has done. Kidon struggles with this outcome because she starts to really starts to see Slyn as more like her. She's also somewhat proud of Slyn for taking care of her dad. Slyn also confesses to Kidon that the vampire they are going to frame is Yost. Slyn goes back to her house. They have arrested Yost. The house starts to feel off. Tete tells Kidon after she gets done crying about the fact that Yost has been arrested. She tells her that the house has joined both their minds. So they see the same, like, similar stuff in the rooms and stuff. They feel the same things in the rooms and stuff, which is rare. That does not ever normally happen. Doesn't find comfort in her room anymore like she used to. She now finds comfort in Yost's room. Their minds are joined. The house is seeing them as one and the same. Book The Mad Lovers is also mentioned a bunch. It's a book that Yost likes to read. He reads it a lot. He's found with it all the time. Kidon is reading the end of that book in this chapter. They're like parallels to this story and that story, so that's why it's important that it keeps being mentioned. They go to court. They want Kidon to testify against Yost. She goes to court. They go to trial. And they asked her if Yost killed Ramen. This part of the book is also pivotal, especially to the second book. She has to tell them that she switched the blood in the flask in order to frame Yost. That's a serious offense. And she has to get some kind of punishment for that. She does not plan to throw Yost under the bus. She plans to unite with Yost and so they can go head to head with the 13th. That's the whole point in her, like, coming to his aid or rescue or testifying for him in this part. She realizes that the campus authorities were influenced by the 13th and with the blood flask thing. That's why she has to admit that the blood is hers and she's not in the system. That blood was not in the system. So it did not show up as Uncilious. They ask Yost if he wants to press charges. He says no. Then they tell her her punishment is if she masters the house and breaks any of the rules in the university again, the house will go to the university and they can do with that house what they want to. That's the punishment for her confessing to this part. They ask her if she accepts. She says yes. Yost clearly does not want her to accept this deal. Sounds like a setup. Kidon goes to Yost and tries to explain everything. He's not trying to hear her at all. Like, she done pissed him off. Obviously, she goes to the bath where he goes all the time, the little spa, the bath chamber 46. And then Yost tries to drown her. This chapter is like where people think is like, you know, extra or whatever. They come to this deal based off the Mad Lovers. There's a quote from the Mad Lovers that they make this deal based off of. It's basically them coming together. They set their terms. Artist to watch is picked. It's Rufael from a whole nother house. He's been trying to take Yusuf's place. In these chapters, she also finds out what the letters to the Immortal are, and he explains them to her. And he also discovers her blue pill. They talk about her wanting to die. Beautiful poetic words. My favorite chapter. In the final chapter, like I said, Yusuf has killed Rufael. Slyn shows up as well. Yost does not trust Slyn. I want to mention that. Slyn also tells Kedon she wants to abandon Yusuf, which is crazy. That's pretty much all the big things that happen. Bye.